There is a moment most people have, usually somewhere in their 30s, when they sit down and do the math for the first time. They calculate what they would have today if they had started investing at 25. That number isn't just a financial figure. It is the cost of every excuse they told themselves. Too young, too broke, too uninformed. In finance, it is called opportunity cost. In life, it is called regret. This video exists to make sure that moment never happens to you. The strategy requires no financial degree, no stock picking genius, no market timing. Warren Buffett, widely regarded as one of the greatest investors in history, has said publicly that a simple S&P 500 index fund is the best investment most people will ever make. He has given this recommendation for decades, and most people still don't follow it. Not because the strategy is complicated, because doing nothing consistently, patiently for decades is psychologically harder than it sounds. The S&P 500 is not a single stock. It is an index, the 500 largest publicly traded companies in the United States. Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Nvidia, and 493 others. When you buy one share of an S&P 500 index fund, you buy fractional ownership in all of them simultaneously. You are buying the American economy itself, diversified across every major sector, automatically updated as companies rise and fall. According to publicly available market data, the S&P 500 has delivered an average annualized return of approximately 10% over the last century. A savings account pays around 0.5%. The S&P 500 has historically delivered strong returns through the Great Depression, World War II, the 2008 crisis, and the COVID crash. Over any 20-year rolling period, the index has not delivered a negative return. Past performance does not guarantee future results, but the pattern is difficult to ignore. And that's what makes this strategy quietly powerful. It doesn't require predicting the future or guessing which company wins next quarter. It asks you to trust 100 years of data over 100 hours of financial news. The people who built real wealth through the S&P 500 didn't do it by being smarter. They did it by ignoring the noise that made everyone else quit. Every headline screaming crash. Every expert predicting collapse. Every friend saying this time it's different. They heard all of it and did nothing. That was the strategy. When your investment earns a return, that return gets added to your principal. Next year, you earn a return on both. The growth is not linear, it is exponential. A $100 investment in 1975 would be worth approximately $28,500 today. More than half of that growth occurred in the last 10 years. A 25-year-old investing $200 per month until 65 could potentially end up with more than a 35-year-old investing $400 monthly, despite contributing significantly less. Time is the entire strategy. His name is Marcus, a secondary school teacher. He started investing $200 per month at age 27 into a simple index fund. Never picked stocks, never timed the market. In 2020, when the market dropped 34%, his friends sold everything. Marcus did nothing. He understood the drop was not a loss. It was a discount. He kept contributing. The market recovered. Marcus is now 51. His portfolio is worth approximately $480,000. He contributed roughly $115,000. Compounding added the rest. He became wealthy because he was patient when patience felt impossible. This strategy only works if you stop paying people to underperform. According to the Spiva US scorecard, approximately 88% of actively managed funds have historically failed to outperform a basic index fund over any 15-year period. The Vanguard S&P 500 ETF charges 0.03% annually. The average active fund charges around 0.7% on a $100,000 portfolio over 30 years. That fee difference could cost a significant portion of your final wealth, silently. Every year, starting is simple. Open a brokerage account at Fidelity, Vanguard, or Schwab. Select an S&P 500 ETF, VOO, SPY, or IVV. Set up automatic monthly contributions. Activate dividend reinvestment. Then do nothing. Based on historical returns, $200 monthly from age 25 could potentially grow to approximately $1.2 million by 65. You contribute $96,000. Compounding does the rest, though results depend on future market performance. Consider tax-advantaged accounts. A Roth IRA allows up to $7,000 annually in contributions that grow tax-free. A 401k reduces taxable income, while investments compound. These accounts are designed to help build wealth on favorable terms. The final enemy is not the market. It is the version of you that watches a 30% drop and reaches for the sell button. Historically, every investor who held through major crashes recovered and reached new highs. Those who sold at the bottom locked in losses that may have never recovered. Marcus remembers March 2020. His portfolio dropped from $87,000 to $58,000. His hands were shaking. Then he remembered why he started. For the version of himself at 65 who would never ask whether he could afford to stop working. He closed the app, left contributions running, and went to sleep. And that moment, closing the app instead of selling, is what separated Marcus from everyone else. The hard part was never starting. The hard part is the night your portfolio is down 30%, and every instinct screams to pull out. That's where wealth is built, not in the buying, in the holding, in the quiet act of leaving your money alone when the world tells you to move it. That is the strategy. The willingness to plant something you won't see fully grow for decades, and the discipline to protect it when it temporarily shrinks. You plant the seed. Time grows the forest. What age did you start investing? Drop your answer in the comments. That conversation might be the moment someone else finally starts.